Ahoy, crypto pirates. Welcome to your Discourse Syndicate. Captain RG3 here, steering the ship for you guys until Friday when you get to steer it. And don't forget the ladies are taking over and Richard's hanging with them. And it's going to be a Richard Hart Ladies of HEX extravaganza. That's all I can say. It should be a bunch of fun. So let's go to the chat room real quick and say hello to everybody. How are the Hexicans, crypto pirates, crypto junkies, and you Hexican bad asses doing today? Let's see. Who do we got? COG first in the room tonight. What's up, COG? One of the Twin Towers. Him and DC are both 6'8" freaking monsters. Let's see. Identity Block. What's up, dude? Northernmost Hexer. Where is that? Where exactly is the northernmost Hexer live? Let me know. Is that up past Canada, up there in the wildernesses of Russia, or where? Let me know. And yes, it's not clickbait. It's actually setting the algos to people that want to see us, and not really clickbait. But yes, Richard will be on Friday on Discourse Syndicate with the ladies when they mutinize the ship here. What's poppin', El Hexadente? Wake Dog. Yo. Reggie Bone in the house. Hex in my wallet, making interest. Can't stop it. You cannot stop the interest from coming in. It just keeps rolling every single day, no matter what the price is, no matter what's going on, no matter what the temperature is, no matter how bad crypto is doing or isn't doing. You are making Hex gains every single day. And until people get that through their thick skulls, they are not going to understand the magic of Hex. What's Hex in excess? In Hex Inks. Oh man, I can't say some of your guys' names, man. BTC Bear. Yo, Pulse, baby. Yeah, we're going to talk a little bit about Pulse tonight. Let's see. Hex Squadron. Time to Moon. Hard Fuck. Yeah. Hey, what's up? Sig Hex 148. Blackwing, ahoy, crypto Hexicans. Yes. Pineapple Express. How's it going? Ash. And who else we got in here? Maddie Crypto, D'Artagnan, the Mouth 8. Hey man, what's going on in the voice chats? You guys are all being very, very quiet. I haven't seen you guys tearing it up. I go in my car, I go turn on the voice chat, and you guys are all silent, man. Start yucking it back up again, D'Artagnan. Get that thing flying. Let's see. Mel Tony, what's up, dude? Pabalaba, Benny Bills, Pulse Me. Hey, what's up, Pulse Me? Northern Norway. Oh shit, that's way up there, man. That's way up there. See, I'm a southern dude, man. Cannot do the cold. The RG3, all the mechanisms freeze up in the cold. I can't do the cold, guys. You guys are better folks than I living up there. Hector the Protector 22, Blue Bum, Billy Boy, Crypto, ahoy. What is up, my man? DC Maverick, Joe Jones, who's going to Vegas? Party time. Yeah, I think we're going to get a little update from Maddie tonight, too. So we're going to have Maddie come in and give us a little update. I think you got till the end of the week to get your damn asses registered. So got to get registered. We'll talk about it tomorrow morning, too. Let's see. My favorite devil dog. Yo, what up, Lewis Hex? Yeah. Raw. Crypto Ewok. Hey, buddy, how's it going, man? Let's see. Children of the Grave says, RG3, how white is your forehead from always wearing that bandana? It's extremely white. Well, it's not quite as white as you because I'm half Native American, so I have a little bit of darkness in my skin versus, that pasty stuff that you've got going on there. But yes, it is a whiter forehead than the rest of it. Wait until the summertime comes, man. You see how that beautiful golden tan get going here. I'm going to start looking good again here real soon. And getting into shape, guys. Oh, I just pulled hold on a second. I can't hear. There we go. Just started dropping some weight, putting on the muscle pounds and losing the belly. Feeling good, hitting the gym. It's I think we're on a few weeks straight now and feeling good. As a matter of fact, I got my glutamine, my BCAAs, and my creatine all here in one. Drinking that up tonight. Intermittent fasting, 20 hours a day. And my My feeding window is from 3 o'clock to 7 o'clock, and then it's all over with. And then back at it the next day, feeling really good, feeling really, really freaking good. Watch out, guys. Now that I've got my energy back and I'm starting to get in the gym, Captain is going to be on fire for this summer. And then the springtime surf sessions are coming, so I'm going to be feeling good. So anyway, Crypto King, what is up? Discourse Syndicate. I bought my package, but I'm not attending. Wanted to get that cool shirt and the ID tag. Boom. Crypto King on it. Gonna hang out with us virtually. And Crypto CPT, what is up? Hey guys, so thanks for coming in. Thanks for joining us. We're going to talk a little bit, of course, about the state of crypto. We're going to talk a little bit about HEX. But first, before we get started, before I bring our guests in, I want to get us a quick update from the man himself. Hey, what's up, Daraj? Let's see. Sounds like you're doing Ramadan fasting. Sure, if that's what they do, if that's how they do it, I am on Ramadan fasting. But yeah, it's 20 hours a day, so that I can get this last bit of weight off and gotta be six-packing it again this summer. This summer, it's like gotta have a six-pack. This is the last hoorah before I'm going to be rolling into my 60s. So anyway, Children of the Grave says, I'm half Italian, not all pasty white. What are Italians, man? Come on. Okay, so you guys are a little tan there, some of the Italians. My father-in-law's Italian. He ain't freaking, he ain't even a little bit tan. That pasty ass white. Full-blooded Italian, freaking Sicilian, freaking. Ugh. Anyway, all right. I'm going to bring up Maddie so we can talk about Vegas real quick, and then I'll bring our guests up. So hold on one second. Yo, hey, what's up, Maddie Allen? Welcome.
I'm excited for the guests tonight. I too have been hitting the gym because I think Vegas is about 7 weeks away.
Let's see the guns.
2 months.
Let's see the guns. Come on, show me the guns.
I mean, I've been running. And I'm gonna have my six-pack back.
Good for you, man. Good for you. Good for you.
I also have a picture of a tank behind me.
I see that.
That's what the tank is going to look like when it runs over a car that has a Bitcoin logo on it in Vegas.
Really?
Yeah.
You're gonna go and do something like that to the king of all cryptos, Bitcoin?
Well, it's up to the community. So I ordered the HEX flag. It's as it appears behind me. It's a black pirate-esque flag with the HEX logo on it.
Nice.
And that'll be on the tank. So I know we got to do a quick update here, and I wanted to let everybody know that now is the time to order your t-shirt and ticket and mask and all that good kind of stuff.
No. Wait a second, Maddie. Let's tell them it like this. You guys are running out of time. By this Friday, if you don't have your tickets, you're not going to get your package. So get your package in, get your order in so that we can get you. Let's see, did you just put the Eventbrite deal up?
Yep. Here it is.
We'll get everybody in this week, Maddie. Hold on a second.
Awesome. The deadline is the end of Richard's stream on Friday. So we need you to get in there. There's an anonymous option so you can pay with crypto and not use your mailing address. I've gone to great lengths to ensure that.
And they're $60 a piece, right?
Yep. And so that gets the whole package. That gets the shirt, the quality DS approved shirt. It also gets a badge. So your badge will have your name on it and a custom QR code of your choosing. So it could go to your Staker app referral, or it could go to your personal website. So, and then if there's any money left over,
or whatever you got going on.
Yeah, exactly. And any money that's left over can go towards renting a bus to get people from place to place. But we've got so many hookups there in Vegas. It looks like we're going to get a really good deal on everything. So
nice. Vegas is always the bargain town, man. I mean, you can't go wrong going to Vegas. It's the place to take a group and party. It's cheap to get there. It's kind of centrally located to kind of everybody. It's just a great place to do it at, And then the debauchery is like not as diabolical in Vegas as it could be like elsewhere. You know, it's like debauchery is meant to happen out there. So it makes it easier for everybody to kind of cut loose.
Yeah. And I don't want to call anybody out, but so far I'm not aware of any person who has a HEX show who lives in the United States who has said that they're not coming. So pretty much, I think it's going to be everybody that you see on your HEX TV shows. I know Kareem and Wales Only and I will be there. I know that a number of other people will be there. I'm not going to name any names, but
yeah, there's going to be a bunch of folks there. It's going to be cool. So everybody get in there. One more time. Let me put that up there. This is
it's hexmeetup.eventbrite.com.
hexmeetup.eventbrite.com. hexmeetup.eventbrite.com. Get in there, throw them your 60 little bucks, and get a cool T-shirt, an anti-rights mask for your face, and the lanyard and all that good stuff. And get in there and get it taken care of so that we know how many people are going to be showing up. And then we might even get to see a car. Why don't we put like one of our favorite fudders on their faces on that car along with it? Maybe we can put all kinds of stuff on there.
Yeah, we can put anything we want.
Cool. So this thing is going to smash a car out there, huh?
Yeah, so T-Money is friends with the owner of Battlefield Vegas, who apparently has been onboarded to HEX already.
Nice.
And so T-Money, because he runs a recycling company, he'll be the one responsible for getting the car that we run over. So it's definitely going to happen.
Nice.
And we'll live stream it, right? With a crowd of Hexicans around cheering. And
yeah, we'll do it. I'll bring the cameras and everything, and we'll live stream it. Awesome. I was planning on doing a bunch of stuff anyway. That way we were gonna live stream a bunch of stuff. So cool. Right on, Maddie. Well, thanks for coming in and hanging with us and letting us know. And we'll keep all week long. We'll just keep banging it. We'll bang it tomorrow morning. Maybe you could jump on and say something on Wake Up HEX with Kinetics and let those folks know and keep it up so we can get everybody registered.
That'd be great.
All right, my brother. I'm gonna go bring our guests on.
All right. Thanks. Take care.
Take care. Bye. All right, guys. So tonight we have, one of our regular Hexicans. He is John Wick. What's up?
What's up, guys?
And let's bring Scotty up too. So we got Scotty too. So these guys both called me up last week and said, "Hey, man, we want to come on and talk Pulse. It's our turn. We want to talk Pulse. We want to come in." So let's do it up. We've been chatting. Now I've just to let everybody know, the last time I was on stream, I was schooled by a bunch of people here telling me exactly what's happening because I guess some new information had been entered into the Pulse chain chat room, some new pinned messages. And I read through those and things are still a bit vague, but they're coming more and more into focus because they are just, as Richard so states, they are thought experiments, right? The stuff that he pins in the chat rooms. Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, can you hear me?
I was waiting for Scotty.
What the fuck, man? You guys can't hear me?
All that buildup. Scotty, I think I'll defer to you on this one.
What up, Mr. Wick?
What's up, Scotty?
Great to see you. They're great to see you too, man. I mean, they're thought experiments. I mean, he's just trying to chat with the community, and it's really some great stuff. It's reminiscent of the first days of HEX launch. The first weeks before, we're all just chatting, trying to come up with ideas. It's really, really fun shit. I mean, I can't wait for this whole post launch because it's really bringing me back to right in those early HEX days.
Yeah,
it's really getting me excited about this stuff.
Yeah, he's definitely putting it out there like he did before for everybody to kind of put their 2 cents in, and then also kind of leak out a little bit of information about what he's doing and let you ponder on it. And it's been interesting watching the streams progress too, as everybody's been talking about. We started out in this direction, and now we're kind of slowly morphing into the direction, and I think we're getting closer and closer to seeing what Pulse is going to actually look like. or what this launch phase of it's going to look like anyway. And
so
it is exciting.
So RG, I took a clip, I saved it, that Richard said in the Pulse chat. I just want to read it to you guys.
Let's hear it.
He said, Pulse gives people a few new reasons to buy HEX. It might solve fees. You can buy it to sacrifice it, and the sacrifices might not reach the market. Ask yourselves also, if you had a couple million you wanted to sacrifice, whether it makes better sense to buy ETH to sacrifice or to buy HEX to sacrifice. So just wanted to get your guys' thoughts on that. It sounds like there's going to be multiple use cases or buying cases for HEX in addition to staking and what's already available. What do you guys think that might be?
Yeah, I mean, this is the beautiful thing about this launch that we're discussing about Pulse in general, is there's going to be a lot. You could basically sacrifice your HEX. You could all the economic energy that people have on the side that they're waiting to put into Pulse or put into this X coin, what it's supposed to be. Then apparently you get dropped Pulse by how much X coin you have, whatever ratio that might be, whether it's 1-to-1 or 1-to-10 or whatever it's going to be. It's probably going to be 1-to-1, I'd assume. But yeah, all that people that are trying to say things like selling my HEX for Pulse, or if you have any stable coins on the side, all that stuff is going to flow into HEX. I mean, that's what it should. If you have any kind of dry powder on the side, people should be buying, especially HEX skins, should be buying HEX. I mean, kill two birds. I mean, to pump up your HEX bags while sacrificing that HEX, and it's going to go to the most diamond of diamond hands of that HEX, I would assume. And it's extremely bullish, the whole thing.
So there's something that I'm a little confused on, and I've been staying out of everything intentionally because I will tend to listen to things and hold on to them and not transist if something has changed or I miss something. I come in and out of these things, and before I know it, I'm all fucked up and confused. So one of the things that I'm wondering about, so the system state of Ethereum is going to be moved and placed onto Pulse chain.
Yeah.
Now there will not be ETH on Pulse chain, correct?
That will become Pulse. So
it will become Pulse.
Yeah. It would just be a 1-to-1
if you have
split.
ETH on the regular chain, you're going to end up with a 1-to-1 Pulse on the other chain.
And it will act as the gas, on the network. Will be Pulse. But the X coin will be the placeholder to the accounting system it's like the AA lobby. So to make sure that you get the percentage and ratio that you deserve based on the math and the contract.
Yeah.
That's all what X is. And then I think by doing
X
that,
is going to be
make it a valueless token. Then hence you have the tax advantages of that.
Yeah, because it's going to come over as 0.
That's the logical thing, right? I don't know.
Well, I saw that post that Richard made about it being a tax benefit. Coming.
Yeah, I think the only point to this whole X coin stuff is to for the tax benefit, and maybe not so you're not taxed with an airdrop or something like that. Maybe so it's $0 value. And I guess the next benefit is it's something to do with the Howey test, probably not to make it a security in some way. That's one way to avoid it, I'm guessing.
But the thing that the placeholder, basically, so this token, as it's going to be distributed, the value of it is going to move based on $1 million of entry, $1 million in value entry, and 4% a day. I think 4-point-something% a day. So the value of that coin is going to increase as those two metrics are being tapped out for the 33. Is it 33 days that will be the AA is what's being spoken about?
Mm-hmm.
But there won't be an AA lobby. There will be basically a purchase of whatever you purchase. That's the value that it's going to be that day, right?
Yeah, and time weighted average to get the USD value at the time of sale, essentially, or not sale, but transform.
Purchase, yeah.
That's what I think he said. And then once you hit certain benchmarks as far as USD raised, then you go up the next level or tier. and then that tier has a different pricing range than the previous one. So what I'm guessing is Richard is going to he learned from the EOS launch how to do the HEX launch. Now he's learned from the HEX launch, and now he's going to take some of those nuances and intricacies onto the new shortened version of HEX. Yeah, make it shortened and better so that the day one guys don't get screwed like they kind of did in HEX.
Yeah.
So he's making it actually more equitable, more fair for everyone this time around. So I'm pretty happy about that.
Yeah, so the whole we can all FOMO as hard as we want day one and not have to worry about getting wrecked or whatever, so to speak, like last time.
And there's going to be some kind of there's obviously going to be some type of website where you will be able to do this sacrificing, they're calling it. So you're going to be able to take your ERC20 tokens that will be on a list. I've already seen the list. HEX is one of them, and some other coins and whatnot. And I'm sure that list will be revised and made larger. So then you'll be able to enter those coins or into some type of a sacrifice address.
Just like sending the coins over. I'm sure there's going to be some sort of fancy or just nice
like a swap,
UI.
like a swapping tool of some type.
Yeah, it's just some sort of UI, so you could send your coins over to a certain address. You can see everything. I even suggested to Richard that we should do something where we're ranked, so we know where we stand in terms of how much economic energy we've put in. So we know in terms of, let's say, if we want to try and become a validator for Pulse, we know where we are, which is, I think it's just get your FOMO pants on, because you see where you are ranked. You want to put in more economic energy in to try and become a validator, because being a validator is pretty huge, because you're like you're one of, I think he said, I don't know, 33 different validators. You're one of 33 miners, so to speak, like miners on the Pulse chain earning the fees. So if you could try and become a validator, it's really great.
Yeah, it's going to be issued to very trustworthy, probably big wallets that are going to get those.
Yeah, whoever has the most economic. Continue.
I was going to say it's essentially like donating to the OA, which is Diamond Hands. So I think, Scotty, one of your points was you said that people are going to sacrifice USDC and other tokens for HEX first to then sacrifice it. So is your logic just you're going to sacrifice it anyway? You might as well try to pump your bags in the process and then get that supply off the market while if you're going to sacrifice anyway. Is that your logic?
Yeah, I mean, 100%. If we can pump HEX in any means necessary, then I have, let's say I have certain coins like ETH or USDC, or even just random coins. I don't know, like I still have some Uni left. I'm not going to send in my Uni to be sacrificed or my ETH to be sacrificed. I might as well just buy HEX first, pump my HEX bag. That's my biggest bag, so I might as well just get that price going up, and then sacrifice that HEX, and that HEX is going to go to the most, like I think an OA, so to speak, the most diamond of diamond hands. And in terms of the other projects, I mean, I really don't care what is done with that ETH or whatever, or that Uni that's sent over. Maybe it could be used as liquidity on Pulse, possibly. But I really don't care what's done with it. There's no expectations or whatever. I just want Pulse.
Well,
that's all I care about.
But on the list, though, there were like other chains. It was like Bitcoin, Litecoin. It was like separate chains, not just the Ethereum.
Yeah, there were separate chains.
It looks like he's trying to capture value from other projects that are not even on Ethereum, which I was kind of surprised by. But I'm sure there is a master plan behind it. Yeah.
Yeah, why not? Give more of his
most exposure as possible. I like what Motley was saying here. He says, the same thing that you guys were just saying, but it says that one, it pumps the HEX price, and two, it makes HEX supply even more scarce because it's going to go to a burn address, right? So that's my my guess. So that's
technically not a burn.
Yeah, not a burn.
Into OA hands that haven't sold any coins, even with the audit that Gunther did prove that it still hasn't sold any coins. So.
So they'll still be viable coins, but they'll just belong to an OA type entity. Then.
Yeah.
But if they stay liquid, then that's just boosting our interest in APY anyway. So that's another bonus of it, and market cap.
Yeah, I wouldn't want those coins to be burned anyway. I'd want them to be I don't know, no expectations or whatever, but they could be used to better the project or whatever the entity would need it for.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they raise all the funds from the other tokens. Don't have to sell any HEX either. There's no point. You could sell the other tokens that you're receiving that people want to get into Pulse and just dump some of their
so now these
conviction bags.
These burn sacrifice tokens. Will they be the tokens that have been lifted over to the Pulse chain, or will they be from the Ethereum chain that you'll have to burn?
Yeah, it's going to be all Ethereum tokens. Well, let's say, like, if we're talking about Uni, let's say, I mean, it's going to be
no. So the Uni tokens, you're going to have two sets of Uni tokens.
Yeah, that stuff's going to play in after the fact. So I'm thinking the snapshot. If you're talking about the snapshot where the system state's copied over.
Oh no, I'm saying if you're going to sacrifice ERC20 tokens, which ones are they? The ones that are on the Pulse chain or the ones that are on the Ethereum chain?
No, I think that's going to happen. I think that what you're talking about is like to get a snapshot of Ethereum. That whole Pulse token stuff is not going to come into play yet. So I think the snapshot's going to happen after the sacrifice period. That's what I
gotcha.
believe.
So sacrifice.
Yeah, it has to, because otherwise you could.
Yeah, that's everybody's been asking before or after, and yeah.
You could just send as much as you want without any kind of repercussions whatsoever.
If you buy HEX now, you can catch the pump. Sacrifice from ETH. Okay, so sacrifice comes from the ETH. Okay, that makes sense. That's what I figured it would have to be if you're going to sacrifice. Well, you're not really sacrificing if you're sacrificing tokens that already have been given to you, duplicated. So
exactly.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I mean, it's not only exciting from getting a copy of your coins on a superior network, that it's going to have much more activity moving forward, because like the ETH chain network and like the HEX transactions have gone down a lot since the ETH fees have gone up. So once Pulse is launched, it seems like the transactions will ramp up dramatically, because then you'll start being able to onboard fiat people and no coiners again with small DCA numbers every month. So it seems like the Pulse chain is going to be superior in a lot of ways and have new features. And then we have the opportunity to also, get on the ground floor on that. So it's a lot of exciting things with HEX, even though we might not get all of the, airdrops that we want or have all our coins qualify. We're still getting a lot of benefits in the big picture. So just want to point that out.
Yeah, I mean, Pulse just solves one of our biggest problems right now is all the gas fees. I mean, if that's all it winds up doing is solving those problems for us, that's a huge problem. And you can see these end stakes, even when the gas has gone down, it's still a little ridiculous. I haven't tried testing an end stake during these low gas, but when I was doing it, I was getting a $300 end stake for like a $400 or $500 stake, and it's insane. And I think even when the gas cost has gone down, it's still going to be like $100 or maybe an $80. It's just ridiculous when the fees could be close to zero every time. It has to cost something, because obviously you want to avoid spam or whatever on the network. But if that's all Pulse does solve, or that's the only thing that comes out of the network, is that's huge already. It's really huge. That, and maybe get a different kind of easier fiat on-ramps onto Pulse. That's Richard's something that he wants to do, or that's one of the top of his priorities is to get some easier fiat on-ramps, because right now you got to pay, I don't know, was a certain percent to these these ramp or something like that to get people on. Mm-hmm. And if you could do something better to compete with that, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, one of my speculations is that there will be some sort of fiat on-ramp on Pulse at launch. So we'll have a fiat on-ramp, we'll have a Uni clone, or Uni will be there, and then we'll have copies of all our coins there. And then someone in the chat, shout out to him, David, who's kind of an OG. He's been coming on the voice chats recently. He pretty much explained the Pulse system state transfer in the way that essentially every project will get on Ethereum will get a copy of their coins with the same private keys. It's going to be up to each project to invest in Pulse by providing liquidity and bridging, funds over there. But if they do provide that initial liquidity or funding to get onto Pulse, then they have a full ecosystem that they can use on Pulse with basically free transactions for the users. So it seems like that's a huge incentive. And it'll be exciting to see how many people actually jump ship, or is the hatred for Richard going to overtake a lot of that onboarding? That'll be fun to see.
Yeah, it's a lot of steps ahead. I can't think that far ahead. What's going to happen on the actual Pulse chain itself with all these different projects? It's pretty mind-boggling what's going to happen. But just reading chat.
I was just trying to moderate. We got some freaking troll in there talking shit. Yep. No, thank you guys for monitoring it. Sometimes I get to talking here. I can't. What a weak attempt at trolling. It's like they're still there. Well, I mean, you're gonna get trolls no matter where you go. It doesn't matter. It's just ridiculous. But whatever.
Yeah, it's one of the things that's actually worrying me a little bit about like it's like the Pulse thing, because I'm already seeing the bullshit stuff in the chats about where the coin's going to go, where the coins or whatever, where's the where the ETH whatever. We're getting that same bullshit
where's
again.
The Doge?
Yeah, where's Doge? Where's the Uni? Where's the ETH? It's going to get the same crap again. So I mean, if Richard is really thinking that the gatekeeping is not going to be a thing this time around because of the whole, it's not going to have the website talking about money or whichever, or gains or whatever. We're already starting to see the same shit already. And this is just hexagons in the chat talking, and we're starting to see the same shit already. So I think if Richard has an idea to benefit HEX specifically, and he's holding it back, I don't know if we should be holding it back, because we're already seeing the same bullshit already. I don't know what's your take on
this. I've never seen anything like this in
so
all
much
of
hate.
crypto,
it's ridiculous.
And I don't know what it is. I mean,
Jealousy?
I'm looking at our gains, and I'm looking what we've been through for the past. I've never had such a smooth ride in crypto as I've had over the last year and few months that I've had with HEX. I've been around for a long time playing in the crypto game, and no project crypto ICO has ever been this smooth of a ride.
I agree.
And
100%.
We've had ups and downs, just like all crypto does. We've had dips and sideways action and pumps. And what's funny is that the dumps that I've seen aren't really dumps. They're just people taking profits. I mean, people made a lot of money in a year's time. That was a huge amount of X's going on there. So to think that people wouldn't take profits, first of all, is ridiculously stupid of anybody to think that. And I think people wouldn't be selling into it. Everybody has the right to do so. I mean, people made some serious gains. So all this action that I'm seeing out there is proof of one thing. You look at that chart and it's proof of one thing. There hasn't been one scammy little dump at all in HEX. Period. End of story. And it has been a smooth ride. And the OA has benevolently proven itself to be what we had all speculated that it was going to be. And, if Richard does it again with Pulse, then we're in for another smooth ride and another walk up the stairs again. And of course, in another year, people will be taking profits and just like now, and we'll see a big rise, I'm sure, over the next year here. And then, maybe some leveling off and then as soon as people realize what a smooth ride it has been for all of us, we'll all be gone by then. I'm hoping that we don't have to continue to go out there and and market HEX at that point. I think that it'll take on a mass adoption phase at some point in the future here, and Pulse Chain. But I mean, it's been a smooth ride. It's nothing. I've never seen anything like it in crypto. Period.
I mean, I got a bunch of no coiners that got in, right before big payday. They got in at a pretty decent price too before big payday, and they've seen the gains and they've seen their accounts get either doubled or up 40% in terms of coins too, and they've seen the USD price go up, 2, 3, 4x or whatever. And now they're looking at this Pulse launch and they're like, listen, I didn't listen to you one iota for this HEX stuff. I got in late, but I'm still doing really great. And now I'm hearing you talk about this Pulse shit nonstop. So I think I need to just FOMO in a little bit and finally to shut up and just listen to you for once. And I think it's going to be stupidly bullish for obviously Pulse, but obviously for HEX, because I mean, I'm only going to tell them, I'm not going to say buy ETH or whatever, or buy USDC. I'm going to tell them buy USDC and switch that shit for HEX and then sacrifice that HEX. It's just going to be one gigantic FOMO pump for, I think, both.
I love snapshot this. So the hate is so strong. This guy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 had to spam the chat 5 times. There is only a guarantee that Pulse Chain will get hacked and you will lose all your HEX. 100% guaranteed.
What kind of bullshit? We're only following models. The genius about Richard is that we only follow models that work in crypto, and that work.
Yeah,
I mean, what is he hacked? Yeah. What the fuck is he talking about? We're gonna do the same stuff in terms of launching, like that Matic runs on for a certain amount of validators, and none of these proof of stake systems, I haven't heard one of them had an issue. Not one of them. The only issues I've ever heard in crypto is the proof of work chains getting 51% attacked, like ETH Classic. I haven't heard one of these proof of stake systems have anything wrong. Except maybe there's a project running on it that got rug pulled that has nothing to do with the system itself. Completely. Right. I don't know what the hell is this guy talking about?
it's just
there's already a test net too, right? Like there's already the chain's already running a little bit, and they're working out some of the the kinks in it. But
apparently, that means launch could be pretty soon. I mean, I wasn't expecting the whole 4-week, 3-5 month thing again, because this is you can just follow the code of ETH. You're just forking it and just tweaking a few things. So I figured I mean, I'm no developer, so don't quote me on this stuff. But I figured it's not as much work as starting from scratch, I would assume.
No, he said that explicitly. It's not, and he's already got 3 full-time devs working on it and constantly interviewing and talking to more devs and lawyers and stuff. So I think, and he said it's going faster than he expected, even though he said 6 months. He said it's going faster than expected. So I'm sure something will be announced in a couple days, and then everyone will start planning their DCA strategy into Pulse.
So let's do some time management. So he said it's going faster than expected. And he said it was 6 months, and we're a month in. So we should be right at about 5 months. Take another month off because we're going ahead of schedule and put it at 4 months from now.
I think just to
throw that out there.
I think Conrad Zen mentioned a September 1st launch potentially. So that does coincide a little bit.
I wouldn't be surprised to see in like a month we start the whole sacrifice period or whatever. I wouldn't be surprised. He comes on the stream with the ladies and just drops bombs left and right, saying that we're in testnet, we're basically almost done, and we're ready to go in like 30 days. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, but you never know.
That'd be crazy. So June 1st launch. Holy, that'd be crazy, man.
I mean, maybe 30, 60 days. Then he'll start the countdown for the 30-day sacrifice period or whatever. But that's really when it starts, is the sacrifice period, when that thing starts. And that's like another 30 days. But yeah, I think, and it's looking like he's timing it pretty good with looking at the charts right now. Because I think Bitcoin or whatever, Bitcoin kind of leads the whole pack, but not really with HEX, which is amazing. I love that. I love that HEX does its own thing. But if you're looking at the Bitcoin charts right now, maybe we have one little more leg down. Maybe we go to 43, 45,000, and we turn around from there and start making new all-time highs again in like, I don't know, 60 days, 2-3 months. And you could be timing this launch perfect again. Like how we timed the HEX launch perfect. But that's all.
Bitcoin's back up to 54 now. Ethereum's all-time highs at what, 27 or something?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Ethereum's been breaking out versus Bitcoin.
Yeah,
pretty significantly.
Yeah, that's really bullish.
It's very noticeable. Yeah, apparently a lot of institutional people are now rotating into Ethereum.
Yeah,
it seems like that's what's happening because the chart just keeps wick up, wick up. Slight retrace and just huge wick up constantly. Whereas Bitcoin's more choppy.
Yeah, we're almost at 0.05, or we're probably tagged 0.05 for ETH BTC. Yeah, that's really bullish in general.
And Bitcoin dominance is also below 50% now, which is a pretty significant number.
That is a significant number.
Considering everything else is a scam. Half of the market cap is a scam, apparently.
I'm looking at the HEX chart, and it just looks so freaking bullish. I mean, I was hoping that it would come and tag. You have like the past like 3 or 4 peaks where it whipped up. It was around this level, 0.0, 1.5 pennies, and we're testing it right now. We're making that resistance support right now, and we're holding it. That's just really bullish overall. I mean, we can just stay sideways from here, or make our way slowly back up again. I mean, now we got all this stuff potentially with being announced with Pulse, and then people are going to start sacrificing their other or moving their other coins into HEX to sacrifice HEX. I mean, the chart is looking stupidly bullish. It really is.
And
but I love hearing
higher lows like constantly now.
Yeah, and I love hearing Helgo freak out in HEX.
Yeah.
He is the MVP of HEX Bear. He really is. I love that guy.
Who was that again?
He is the best.
He's hilarious.
His name is Helgorian. Helgorian in the chat.
Helgorian.
He's in Hex Bear, and he's been banned from everywhere else. But that's where he goes to his cave to Hex Bear to whine about the price being how he bought the top. He buys every single top and sells every bottom, pretty much. So he's all in, I think.
He was banned in all of the. Well, he's banned in all the Hex chats too, but we brought him all back because he's just way too funny.
Man, I've been out of the chats for a while. I just don't have time to hang out in there much anymore with everything else going on and all the other chat rooms and stuff. I mean, I've been trying to keep up with Pulse, reading the chats and what's going on in there, but I couldn't imagine being banned to Hex Bear and being the only guy that's in there just screaming and crying all the time. But I used to be like that too. Every time I bought the top of something and sold the bottom, it seemed like there was a period there that I couldn't win a trade for anything, and that's when I really got frustrated and walked on crypto. But yeah, I've been there. I know his pain.
No, I know that pain too. When I first got into this in crypto in like 2017, I did the same crap too. I bought all the bad coins or whatever and rode them all to oblivion. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. But I think my first good turnaround was in the March, the COVID dip. I was just buying up everything I could, and it was like that was the worst feeling ever. Buying dips or buying or catching the falling knife, whatever, is like the worst feeling ever at the time. Like that big payday dip afterwards. Buying that, you just feel so bad doing it. But those are the best buys you'll ever have in your entire life, is when you're feeling horrendous and you want to die. Those are the best buys ever.
Yeah, we bought some nice bottoms there. Hit one right after the AA was done, right after a big payday, and hit a nice dip there. And
that was our That was our nice COVID. That was like our nice COVID dip, so to speak, for HEX. That was an opportunity of a lifetime for that one.
It was really nice. And yeah, I mean, I definitely can echo your sentiments on buying red and bloody days. Like, I was definitely stressed out back in March of last year. The COVID and the stock market was just crashing and limit down every day. It was brutal. And it's like, but yeah, you buying stocks at those times and you look at them now, you know, a little over a year later, and everything is up multiples of X. You know, in the stock market, that's fantastic. You know, you don't get that very often. Multiples of X in a year. Obviously, crypto is better. So, but it's just interesting to see, even in the crypto markets and the legacy markets, like, you still get that gut wrenching feeling in your stomach of like, God, this is awful. But that's that signal. That's that time to. That's the maximum opportunity.
You have to go. Yeah, you have to go against that. How you feel, because I mean, when I was buying in that COVID dip, I was buying Bitcoin, you know, 4,000, 5,000. I was buying it all the way down, and it felt like I was just throwing money in a slot machine. Like I was just saying, "Fuck it, throw some more in. Fuck it." Okay, we're at 9,000. All right, I'll buy some. This is great. 8,000. Okay, this is great. 7. Oh, fuck. Okay. 6. Oh, fuck me. Okay, I'll just put some more in. Whatever. And we got to 4. I was like, I don't really want to buy more right now. This is ridiculous. It just kept going and going and going, and it's like, okay, whatever, fuck it, because you know the fundamentals behind it, and like you know it's going to do good. It's just a matter of when. So same thing with this big payday dip. I mean, you knew it was going to recover. You didn't know when, but you got to buy it up.
Yeah.
And I was looking at the trading chat, and we were talking about like just where the dip was gonna bounce from on the HEX drop recently, and they said that when it hit like 0.13 cents, it was the most oversold it's been on the RSI since the big payday dip. So relative to the amount of selling we're getting relative to the buys is pretty high right now. So usually that's a good time to buy the dip.
Wait, hold on 1 second. I think my wife's about to yell at me for talking too loud.
I just got it too.
What? Okay, hello.
I tried to tell you she was in the chat room.
Close the door.
She was in the chat room.
She was in the chat room?
Yeah, she was in the chat room telling shut the fuck up.
Oh, Pulse Me.
Yeah,
Pulse Me.
Yeah, my wife says she Pulse Me in chat.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we got a.
She's like, so she's DCing into the Pulse launch, I'm guessing.
Oh yeah. I got a 3-year-old and a 9-month-old. So she's like, shut the fuck up.
Fun.
Yes.
Nice.
I was exhausted. I didn't want to come on today. I was like, I'll just fuck it. I'll just come on. It's gonna be a good time. Might as well just come on.
That's how I feel every day.
Here we go.
It wears on you, you know. I mean, just to be honest about. I mean, I love the HEX community and I love being part of it. But sometimes, man, just getting on stream is like, oh, more work today, more work. I mean, not that it's that much work, but it's still taken away from anything else that you want to do.
Yeah, but RG, you're in Southern California, like I am. Like, it could be much worse. You get to surf. The weather's beautiful all the time. Like, you know, it's the quality of life is great here. So it's, you know, you're not like in Detroit.
You wouldn't think so. You would think that we live in some type of a cesspool, shithole, government takeover, liberal utopia or something. I don't know. I don't. That's not where I live, but I mean, that's what a lot of people think it is.
Yeah.
Traffic sucks, but anyway, taxes are high. Yes, taxes are high. But,
all this fear about. Can you guys still hear me? I gotta talk lower now.
No, we can hear you. We can hear you. You can talk a lot lower, and we can still hear you.
Okay, great. All this fear about Biden's plan about capital gains or whatever. It's only going to affect people that make $1 million in income or more. And here, all these these plebs in chat, bitching about, I gotta pay so much more in taxes now. I'm like, okay.
It's like, how many of you guys have $1 million wallets right now? How many of you really have that?
Exactly.
Because I mean, I know for a fact that there's probably about, I think there's to be at $1 million, you got to be somewhere in the top 250 wallets, maybe.
What to be okay?
Somewhere around there.
That'd be like a higher dolphin. Or more. Yeah, like a mid to
high dolphin.
Yeah,
and it's like it's $1 million in income a year. I mean, you got to be making $1 million at your job.
Yeah, that's not even $1 million income. That's just like you got 15-year stakes that equal up to maybe $1 million. So that's not even,
Yeah.
So all these people worrying about that, it's just beyond retarded.
Yeah, and
the markets, crypto sold off, went on that news, and the stock market sold off immediately on that news, but it bounced back. But that was interesting.
Yeah, it looks like we got a lot more retail in here, in Bitcoin and Ethereum and all that stuff.
Crypto.
Yeah, in crypto in general. Yeah. I mean, because you see them
500 billion market cap exited this last dip, so that was a significant amount quickly. So that wasn't retail money that left. That was
Elon's bags. Wasn't that Tesla's bags?
Well, it was
they
Tesla's
sold
bags, like a 10% dip or something they dipped in. But whatever. But Elon said it wasn't him; it was the company that did that.
I love that Richard's right on it too. He'll tweet out so much for those diamond hands, Elon. I love the shit he tweets out. It's so great.
He's always pretty respectful to those guys though, to try and get them to speak. But anyway,
it's funny seeing Richard trying to cloud chase bigger people. He always makes fun of people trying to cloud chase him. But he's always trying to cloud chase Elon and all the big guy, Mark Cuban.
Yeah,
you gotta play the game. He was he added Sailor. It's like, you're gonna follow Elon.
Yeah,
you do with your diamond hands, man. That's really funny.
Yeah, smart.
Smart.
He did get the Lex Friedman attention, so maybe it worked.
Yeah, whatever he's doing is working.
Eventually the bigger players we will be pulling him in and talking to him about it. It's going to happen. It's still going to happen. I mean, we've even seen a change over the last few months in attitude towards HEX. I think now that maybe with the Pulse chain, that's all going to change again. We might get a whole new group of haters now, especially the ETH maxis are going to come after us now, maybe, but maybe not, because they're going to be getting the airdrops, so maybe they're not going to care.
Yeah, I definitely see the attitude shifting. Even in the other chats, you can even mention HEX, and it's not like immediate ban, like how it was way back. You can actually just talk about it.
You came in there with HEX in your name, and they were kicking you out. Oh, get that guy out of here.
Yeah, you see it shifting a little bit, which is great. A lot, actually. It's shifted a lot. But we're probably going to get to that same hate through Pulse too in the beginning, but it is what it is. I mean, the gains are going to deter all the hate. That's what it is.
So let me just answer it on that one. No, I really still don't know who Lex Friedman is. I've watched him a little bit, and he was so laid back and chill to me that I was just like, I was almost falling asleep. So I couldn't get through a whole bunch of his stuff, to be honest. But he sounds great, sounds smart, and but I guess just not my thing. I don't know.
I've only watched one of his interviews, and that was with I didn't even know about him obviously before. I only knew about him because he mentioned Richard. But I saw one of his interviews, and that was with Papiano. And the most funny thing ever is that Papiano is trying to sell HEX. He's trying to sell our HEX bags. He's like, what is it? The time value of money. That's the most important thing is time and money. It's like, and he's trying to sell.
What is money? And then he said, time is money.
It's like, thanks for pumping our bags, pump. It's like setting up Richard for the perfect dunk on everything that they were talking about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, hopefully Richard quotes the Pomp there, so he can cloud chase him there too. Be like Richard Hart says, Anthony Papiano has no idea, what money is or something like that. That'd be great.
Definitely.
Yeah, they say Pomp is the perfect setup for RH.
Well, yeah, Pomp's a maxi.
Yep.
But I mean, I respect him because he's done a lot to bump all of crypto in general. He's been getting in front. He's been hustling hard. So, he's getting institutions and banks and financial, intermediaries into Bitcoin. I think that's a net positive. So I can't hate on him too much, but the maxi take is kind of whack.
Yeah. Well, I've never understood the maxi take from the beginning. I've always wondered why. Well, I mean, I didn't wonder why. It's the bags. It's all about the bags, and it has absolutely nothing to do with anything else but the bags. And they're trying to pump those and keep those going, and it's the people who pay them, and it's the bags they hold. So, because Bitcoin isn't the technology that crypto is supposed to be. Period. End of story. It's just first. That's it. And I mean, we've had this conversation a million times, and it has absolutely nothing to do with it being any better than anything else. It just has to do with people's money in their bags. It's just a money grab.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep. Let's see, what is Motley saying here? He's been typing away. Okay. The 400K part, he didn't elaborate. It's based on combined household income, but it is. Also, they're gonna start pumping taxes. I mean, we knew that was coming. With this administration, that taxes were going to be changing, and I'm sure it's going to be on the upper echelon. And if you are, you might end up having to pay more taxes. Yeah,
Californians are screwed.
Yeah, we're always screwed. I'm still living in a nicer place than you, Motley. So, dick.
Yeah, Motley. Not even close.
I'm not screwed. I've done just fine here my whole life, and I'll continue to do fine. They'll raise taxes, and I will continue to do fine. Everybody will talk shit, and I'll still wake up and have my coffee and eat my fucking toast and my bacon and go to the gym and go to work and go surf and come back home, kiss my wife and kids, and do the same thing all over again. And my lifestyle will not change.
Yeah, I mean, in reality, you want to be paying a shit ton of taxes because that means you made a shit ton.
Oh, it means you're in a tax situation, which is a good thing. It's a Cadillac problem. It really is a Cadillac problem. The more taxes you pay means the more money you're making.
That's right.
I mean, I'm not an anti-taxer. Of course, I'm not for being overtaxed, but I'm not an anti-taxer either. I know that there's a lot of libertarians that think that it's wrong to tax human beings or whatever. But I mean, I'm also a realist, and I do think that you got to have some type of a organized society. And I know every time I say shit about this, people come into the chat room. Oh, what do you mean? What do you mean? Well, there are services that we use that we all enjoy, that companies use and companies enjoy, that these taxes do pay for them. So now, do I want to pay the least amount as possible within the means of the law? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. And those laws are for everybody to utilize so that they can pay as little as possible. So anyway.
Yeah, I'm a believer.
Liberty said he's gonna hold everything until the next administration.
There we go. See, Liberty can. Liberty would never have to spend a dime of his crypto. Liberty's going to be just fine. Let's see. Liberty says, I don't fraud the IRS. It's BS when salespeople expense their nights out with friends. Lowest of the low. Hey, but we did talk HEX that night that we were out, Liberty. So it is a write-off, bud. It is a write-off.
That's right. You can make it a write-off.
It is Country Club on the hill. So how about we talk a little bit about the benefits of the Pulse chain and what you and I talked to, in private, John, about this this self-directed IRA, and it's a specific IRA. I want to explain that to everybody too, is that so this pulse chain entry, airdrop, whatever we want to call it, might give an opportunity for a real nice tax shelter, which is what we call a self-directed IRA. And if you have your own business, like myself and John have, there's even more benefit, because you can actually your contributions can actually be much larger than just the regular contributions, which I think are, what is it, 6,000 a year or 4,000? Is it 4,000 or 6,000?
It's 6,000.
6,000. And then I think an old guy like me could put 7 in or something like that. Is that what it is?
7? Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. So at my age, you can put 7, but the rest of you can put 6. But
yeah, if you do the 401k, the contribution limits are much higher, in the high 50,000s, 58 or something like that.
Wow.
So that's a benefit of being a
and
business
if you're
owner.
married, you can double that up even there, right?
Yeah, within certain rules, as far as like, how much do you make at work. So obviously talk to your professionals, tax professionals and financial advisors. But yeah, it's a way to invest in cryptocurrencies where you self-custody all the assets. And then if you do it in certain Roth settings, the gains can be entirely tax-free without having to move to Puerto Rico or any of these other strategies. You can just do it all legit. Obviously, it's for the long term, so you're not meant to touch this money for the long term. But since HEX is such a long-term product, it's perfect for staking. 15.2 years you can stake up to, and have that be in a tax-free, mad gain settings. And then with Pulse coming out, you're going to get a copy of your coins on the Pulse chain too. So you're going to have 2 copies of HEX inside your 401k or inside your IRA, working for you as you sleep and as you just go about your life.
So
hopefully that helped explain it.
So that will it's obviously the wallet is what is being which is under custody of your self-directed IRA or the LLC entity, because there's a difference between. Let me explain this. There's a difference between a self-directed IRA and there's a difference between the self-directed IRA LLC. In order to, I have a self-directed through my financial advisor, and I can't put crypto assets in it. I can put their funds into it, but I can't put any asset that I'd like to in it. So you have to go to somebody who knows what they're doing by setting up these self-directed IRA LLCs, where they can direct either just a Roth IRA or a 401k into it, or both. And then, of course, you manage the fund yourself, and then just report. I think there's like a 1-page report every year that you have to fill out and enter.
You just keep track of your contributions every year. How much is your employee deferral contributions? How much is your employer match? Or if you're just doing the IRA route, it's very simple. So there's a little bit more upkeep on the 401k side, because it's technically the entity or the LLC owns the 401k, and you're just the owner of that entity, and therefore the crypto inside it, or whatever you own. Like you can put guns in there, you can put precious metals, and trading cards, whatever you want in those types of self-directed accounts. But the benefit is you can invest in anything you want to, as opposed to having the limited options at your 401k plan or at your TD Ameritrade or Fidelity wirehouse. So
yeah, and it's a good hedge against your crypto gains for later on down the road. It's a really good retirement plan. If you were going to put anything anywhere else, I would look into a self-directed, because the way things are going out there, you're almost better off just self-directing your own and setting up a corporation and making a 401k.
Yeah, because 10-year stakes, 10-year plus stakes are earning like 36% APY right now.
Jeez.
So you can lock that in for 15 years. That's much. It's vastly superior to a lot of the other banking type products out there. So.
And if you're young, you've got a couple of 15-year stakes in there.
You could do 3 of them if you're young enough. You could do 3 of those for your kids. 3 sets of 15 0.2 year stakes and set them up for a very nice retirement.
Yep.
Sure.
Yeah,
Nice.
no one believes me. No one believes me when I say it's like 40% APY or more. We're getting in HEX. No one is like, okay, you mean 4? No, 40.
40.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with the whole self-directed IRA thing. But you're saying it's tax free? Is because I know it's certain.
If you set up the Roth correctly, yes.
So
if you do like if you do for like 401k or whatever or an IRA, it's the idea is because when you're older, you're gonna hopefully be in a lesser tax bracket when you're older. So that's why people do that. So when they do look to retire, that they're in a lesser tax bracket, but they're still paying tax, unless with those IRAs, I mean. So it's something different. The self-directed.
Well, a Roth is after tax income,
Okay.
so that's net income, and
Yeah.
so you've already paid your taxes on it. So when
Okay.
you take it out, it's tax free.
Okay.
But a traditional IRA, you don't pay the taxes until you actually exit your IRA.
Mhm. Yeah. So there's like what RG said. There's traditional, which is what you're describing. So you can have a traditional 401k, you can have a traditional IRA, and they're both going to be pre-tax money goes in, so you get a tax deduction, and then when you go to retire, 59.5, it's fully taxable at your current tax bracket. So like you said, you could be in a lower tax bracket at the time, therefore it's advantageous. However, there's also the Roth IRA or the Roth 401k feature, where it's the same exact function, same exact investment vehicle, but you put in after-tax money, so you don't get a tax deduction. This is money you've already paid taxes on. And then when you go to retire at 59.5, the gains are entirely tax-free. So it's a huge benefit because it's fully federally, and state exempt, all the gains and principal.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can DM me later if you want to learn more about it. You can do it set up for your business. Yeah, it's great.
I run my own business too, so that's great if I can somehow work that in.
So yeah, you'd be a good candidate.
Yeah, I'm not like the whole. I did kind of for my finances. I just did the whole ape into crypto in like 2018. That was my finance. That was my finance plan. I didn't have that. I didn't really have any kind of plan.
Timing. I mean, you bought during the bear market, and now you're enjoying the massive green candles.
Well,
everywhere.
I bought plenty in the 2017 highs too. I started in September, so I wrote all that shit down.
Yeah,
I was like,
none of us are immune to that shit.
That's how I learned how to play the game with markets.
Yeah,
I had to write all that shit down.
Exactly.
But yeah, that was my retirement plan. Hopefully, to retire in a year or two and just go ape into crypto in 2018, 2019, or whatever. It's working out pretty good so far, especially with HEX. 100% with HEX. If Rich is going saying Pulse is he hopes to do better or something. I mean, that's unbelievable.
Well, I don't see why it wouldn't. I mean, it's almost like he's following the model that crypto followed by launch. Of course, Bitcoin came first, and then the Ethereum blockchain came out after that, which was the real growth of crypto. So it was like he created a better Bitcoin by creating HEX, and now he's going to create a better Ethereum by creating Pulse. So really, he's cornering the crypto market and showing everybody how it's supposed to be done. And I really think it's going to take on adoption. I mean, all it's going to take out there is for one really bad bug in Bitcoin or something to go wrong with Ethereum, and it's going to be proven even more so that Richard was right by doing what he's done.
I think also
part of
take
me, though,
there you go, Wick.
Part of me thinks that like anytime you start a new endeavor, you think it's going to be fantastic and better than the last one. So I mean, it's just going to be tough to beat what HEX did, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. So I think he's going in with very optimistic eyes, and maybe he's thinking that the gatekeeping is going to kind of wash away, and then it's just going to become a global phenomenon. I'm not quick to jump on that train yet. I think I'm going to wait and see how people accept it. But I still think it's going to do well. It's just, considering what HEX did, during the launch and the price performance, despite the dips and the big payday. It's going to be pretty tough to beat that.
Yeah, everyone's watching Richard's this next project or whatever product. Well, this is more project because it can never be finished, really, because like all the platforms, they're not finished. You're always updating them. With HEX, it's a finished product, but with Pulse, it's going to be like a platform where you're always updating it. But yeah, everyone's looking at it now. Like they saw the mad games in HEX, they missed it, and I especially I told you I have all these no corners. Like they're just waiting. Like they were keep messaging me. What altcoin should I buy? Should I buy Doge? Should I get into? And they name this random.
I just can't
shit.
talk to these people anymore about that. I just can't do it.
And I was telling them, just put it in HEX, you moron. It's not hard. But then we have then I started telling them, okay, this Pulse thing's coming out. It's like, oh, okay, I'll put it in that. That's great. Let's put it in that. I'm like, all right, sure, go ahead, because you're going to get a copy too of this is a whole other thing. You get a copy of your HEX too on Pulse, so you get even more mad gains that way, maybe or whatever. But yeah, they all want to phone with the Pulse now. Everyone I've talked to, which is ridiculous. Which is great because it's going to be bullish HEX price too, because everyone has to buy. They could buy whatever coin to sacrifice, but I mean, if they're already familiar with HEX, they're going to buy HEX to sacrifice, which is amazing.
Which is going to pump HEX. It's going to be a nice pump. That's what I hear a lot of people that I'm talking to that are calling me up and we're talking and they're saying, just convert to HEX and get in with HEX. Just convert over. It's going to pump HEX. It's going to pump. It's going to if you sacrifice it, it's going to knock the supply down even more. So it'll just make it more scarce.
Unfortunately, I can't read and talk.
I know that's the problem I have a lot is I start reading everybody and then I start talking and I lose my train of thought.
Yeah. My wife's giving me shit in the chat.
Yeah, she is. She's been giving you shit since the show started.
Yeah, I see that. Oh, God.
Yeah, and this Doge thing, this is a phenomenon because, I mean, not only would a lot of people not even ask me about crypto, especially after 2018, they've never even asked me about a coin, and now I've got these same people that were like crypto was the plague. Now they're asking about Dogecoin. It's like how ridiculously stupid that is. It's like, you guys, you don't want to know about crypto, and then when you do want to know about crypto, you want to know about the worst crypto that's out there because it's pumping, because it's expensive. It's like
it's the Helgerans of the world, man. They want to buy high and sell low.
It's always the case. It's always the case.
Yeah, I've had several no coiners just message me out of the blues saying, "Hey, are you in Dogecoin? Should I buy it?" Like, when everyone's talking about it, that's usually not the best time to buy. That's usually when everyone's already bought.
Yep.
But I wanted to ask you, Scotty. You know how Richard said, because you watch all of the Richard Hart streams. He said in one of the streams that, the endpoints create the value and accrue the value, not the chain, not the, the UPS or the Amazon driver. Mm-hmm. Well, that's what Pulse is going to be. So in that sense, how would Pulse outperform the endpoint HEX if it's just the Ethereum clone?
No, it's a great point because HEX is the endpoint for Pulse. So I can't see it outperforming. Maybe it outperforms it in the short term. Maybe not the long term. It won't. Because really all our economic energy is to go into HEX. So yeah, I agree with that. It's only bullish. This Pulse thing is only bullish HEX. It really is. Because even it doesn't get like the wide adoption from the whole crypto community, the whole crypto world, it solves our problems that we've been having. Mm-hmm. So
it does solve. I mean, either way, it does that.
Yeah, and speaking to that point it looks like I'm gonna have to bite my tongue, and I'm probably gonna be wrong. And Wick knows where I'm going with this, with the whole ETH HEX being demolished and not staying anymore. I think they're both going to survive now, because I've gotten that feeling from Richard, from his you gotta like read between the lines when Richard says or tweets stuff or whatever, and he keeps saying things like you add them up and they're worth more than what they originally started from, like when ETH split into ETH and ETH Classic. They're both worth more than the original ETH. So I think whatever value HEX ETH, it's going to retain some value, whether it's 20%, 10% of what it was, or 30% what it was, whatever it is, it's probably going to retain value, because I think he wants to, or we would want to keep that around, because not only that, if you keep it around long enough, like he said, we should get another fork for ETH 2.0 again.
Mm-hmm.
So it's more free coins, more free HEX, so to speak. So that's a incentive just to keep it around at least until ETH 2.0. But if they both can survive, I mean that's amazing. You'll have all these 15-year 555 stakes making you money, even if it's a tenth of the value. I mean, let's say we have all these price predictions for HEX, whatever the main HEX is going to be. Let's say HEX Pulse, if it hits $1 or whatever, $5 in 10, 15 years from now, if ETH HEX just stays where it is and doesn't even go up in value, it just stays at the US dollar value it is now, it's just going to make you money in terms of the inflation you're getting off of it. It's going to be incredible alone. So all it has to do is just maintain its value a little bit. It'll be incredible.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
I agree. We were on the same page.
Yeah.
Like early on, we were like, yeah, the ETH HEX is going to die. Pulse is way better. And everyone's just going to move there. But like you said, I don't think they're going to have the same value or one-to-one. But it does seem to me, and the way Richard's going to design it, is that both combined are going to be maybe 1.2x, 1.4x. But any of those gains, that's a 20% increase in your total bag. A 40% increase in your total bag just from doing nothing, doing zero work, not putting any more funds into it. So I think that's in the best interest of everyone, to maintain the value on both sides. Just how it's going to be done is going to be interesting, because I do see a lot of people flocking from ETH to Pulse once they see how cheap it is and how fast it is. It's basically going to be like the Matic network, but with HEX. So it's tough to say that the ETH, HEX will go to zero now, but I definitely think it will retain value. It's just a matter of how much. No idea.
Yeah, and that Matic shit was good shit over there. Damn. If you traded over there at all, some fast.
Or even
shit.
even like farming or doing any like those, things. It costs nothing to just go in and out. Like there's going to be so much trading and activity going on. For at least the Hexicans are going to be going nuts on the Pulse chain.
Yeah.
People are just going to
be arbitraging like
trading.
Crazy. Yeah. Arbitraging like crazy. Oh man, there's gonna be. I know that some of the chat rooms are going to be going nuts. I mean, there's a lot of shit that could go down on this one. A lot of trading opportunities, a lot of arbitrage opportunities. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be real interesting. There's some people who are good at trading and know how to front run all this stuff. Guys like DC and them, they're gonna kill it during this time. I think they're gonna kill it.
Yeah. So let's talk about that. Like the bridges back to Ethereum. Like, how is that gonna? Do you guys think that's gonna look like? And is it just gonna be for HEX and Ethereum, or is it gonna be for every coin? I don't know how that's gonna work.
Well, wasn't there going to be some type of an on ramp, off ramp? I thought I heard talks of that.
For what?
For bringing fiat into Pulse.
No, he's talking about bridging blockchain.
That's what I'm hoping.
Yeah, he's talking about bridging blockchain so that you can move your ETH into a liquid position so that you can cash it out.
Yeah.
Because if it doesn't exist, you're going to have to be able to bridge over in order to get your funds out and turn it into cash, right? I mean, there's got to be some type of a payment system.
It has to be, yeah.
Yeah.
Because because like ultimately, if you're trying to cash out of Pulse Hex, you're going to have to get to like Coinbase or Gemini or whatever. Like, but that's going to be an extra step. But how is that? What is that step going to look like?
Yeah,
I don't know. Is it just going to be like a? Because
Gemini's dragging their legs, man.
Know.
Holy shit, Gemini! I've been trying to get a Gemini account for like 3 months now. Still haven't been completely verified yet. Yeah.
Have you tried Kraken?
I got a Kraken account. Account.
I like them too.
You like Kraken? What
Yeah.
was this other one that I think Richard was talking about? It's called Bitstamp or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Bitstamp, yeah.
Have you ever used it?
Yeah, I've used that to wire in money. Yeah, they're really good.
Yeah,
they've been around forever.
They're solid.
Is it just a wire, or can you move cash into it from a bank account?
Well, they used to. When I did it back way when, it was like in last time I did it was like 2018 or whatever. But they were overseas, so you had to only wire. You couldn't do like an ACH for US.
Yeah.
But it was like it was pretty. Like the next day, I was able to trade it, whatever, move it out. But but Richard likes Bitstamp because there's no margin trading going on over there, so you get like true prices of things.
So you don't run into slippage and stuff.
All this big wicks. I don't know if you just look at the price charts. I mean, he likes using Bitstamp for price charts because there's not all this stupid margin crap going on.
Mm-hmm.
So you can bring large amounts over without getting jacked around.
Well, it's just spot trading, I think, so it's less volatile than like the margin wicks and liquidation wicks.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, primarily for any fiat, I use Bitstamp and Coinbase.
Yeah, there's a solid.
Oh, you move your Bitstamp over to Coinbase?
No, I use either or.
Oh.
I feel like if I want to be lazy, I just do the ACH, whatever, from the bank to Coinbase. It's like 2 clicks or whatever.
But what's the difference in fees from Bitstamp and Coinbase? Are they significantly different, or is it about the same?
It's been a while since I've done it, and I didn't notice any difference. But now I only do. Now I pay 0 fees because I only do USDC for Coinbase.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah. It's amazing. I love it. And for anybody that I onboard or whatever, for no coiners or whatever, I tell them just ACH, buy USDC and transfer that out. And you don't get hit with those fees every time. It's great.
Yeah, like crypto's gotten so much better in the last few years with regards to that. You know, like you can get into crypto USDC with 0 fees and 0 slippage, up to like hundreds of thousands of dollars. And then when you go to cash out, you can go from USDC to USD with 0 slippage and 0 fees. That's insane. That's unheard of, like in crypto. And that's what Coinbase is like allowing U.S. citizens right now. So it's pretty damn amazing because then Hexagon's also the primary liquidity pair is USDC.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So everything is just primed perfectly for us to like, at least in the U.S., to you get in and out, paying the least amount of fees possible, least amount of slippage. It's just awesome to be in crypto these days compared to what it used to be. All the fees getting in and out was like 2-3% each way.
Yeah.
And then all your profits are,
your ETH fees and everything else.
Yeah.
Especially if somebody's just coming in with a couple $1,000s or something,
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting to see how we can put fresh fiat or whatever. Like we're talking about months down the line when Pulse Chain's fully launched or whatever, how we're gonna actually put fiat into it. I'm hoping there is like some sort of direct bridge instead of going to ETH and then bridging over. Instead, just go directly to Pulse or whatever. I don't know. That would be ideal, obviously.
Did you see what Franklin posted the other day? One of the chats. Circle, which is the company that runs USDC, they partnered with Solana blockchain like 2 days ago, 3 days ago. So they're doing like direct USDC payments onto the Solana blockchain. So if they can do it, I don't see why they couldn't partner with Pulse and offer USDC deposits to Pulse addresses directly.
That's huge.
Maybe not right away, but
that's just huge in general. It makes things so much easier. The easier you can make it to onboard people, that's ideal.
Yeah, that's always the sticky point is getting no coiners in through the onboarding process. Let's see here. Kareem said, Gemini verification. So super fast. Did you make sure upload? Yeah, I did. I double checked the documentation, and I've got 2 tickets into them. 2 tickets. I mean, I've done the verification thing, show my butthole and all that a million times. So I did everything the way they wanted it, and I've gotten no answers. I've gotten two bot responses from their what do you call it? Their helpline, and nothing yet. It's been sitting there for almost 2 months. Anyway,
that happened in 2017, though. Remember, in late 2017, everyone was trying to sign up to like Binance.
That's what I thought.
Yeah,
I'm hearing people are signing up right now, like over the weekend, and they're in. So, I don't know.
Your activity's been flagged, I think.
Probably
suspect activities.
Probably
cryptoverse.
Too many.
I just, I mean, Coinbase is easy enough to get in. I just freaking hate it. I hate them. I just hate them. I don't know. I just hate them. I actually was using what do you call it? Cash App for a while, just DCAing little bits into Cash App and then sending it over to Atomic Wallet and swapping it out. So get Bitcoin on Cash App, send it over to Atomic Wallet, and then swap it out for HEX there.
What are the fees on Atomic Wallet?
They're not bad. I paid it just the ETH fees just to move it over to my my MetaMask wallet.
Oh, to swap Bitcoin to ETH.
Oh, it wasn't that big a fee. It wasn't.
Yeah, okay. Nice.
It's actually that's why I liked it, because it's the fees are cheap and you can swap anything over there. Everything they've got you can swap. So it's, let me see if we can
is it KYC or is it
they are now. They used to not be.
Okay.
I don't know. I was reading what Joe was saying. Let's see. I'm gonna log into this thing. I think I got some HEX over there now. Oh shit, I do. I still have some HEX over there. And then they give you their Atomic Wallet coin. They've been dropping that on me. Let's see. If I was to go from BTC, it won't let me do the. It wasn't that bad.
Okay. Probably a couple percentage points, maybe.
Let me see. It was. Let me see. Let me just put see. I think I might get it. And boom. HEX, Bitcoin to HEX. Let's do that. Yeah, $3.49 to swap it over and change it.
That's not bad.
No.
Sounds pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, wasn't bad at all. Network fee, $3.49. So yeah.
So what do you guys think? This Richard keeps thinking about. He's got some game theories holding back. I don't know what could be going on in that brilliant man's mind, but any ideas? Any speculation that he's got going on for game theory? I don't know.
I got no clue. This thing's already like blown my mind as far as the possibilities of what and how he was. I didn't have any idea there was going to be this much, game theory involved in the launch part of it. I thought, okay, he's going to fork it. Okay, we're going to have a fork. We'll get an airdrop, and then that'll be it. I didn't know there was going to be all of this intricate, swapping and sacrificing and all the stuff that's coming out. It's like, oh shit, this thing's going to get more complicated. Now I'm going to have to sit down with a bunch of you smart motherfuckers and try and figure out how the hell I'm going to front run this thing when the time comes. Okay, do I need HEX? Do I need ETH? Do I need cash? What do I got to do? What do I got to do to get in? Because I'm not missing this thing. Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. I mean, I got in good to HEX. I'm not complaining about my HEX bag one iota, but had I, had a little hindsight, it's always 2020, then I would have definitely made a significantly larger investment into my HEX. So this time with Pulse, I am not going to make that same mistake.
That's what That's what we're all saying. So that's why we know it's going to pump like
it's whale time. This time it's whale time. I'm going in and coming out as a whale. That's what I want to be. So that is happening. I'm gonna fucking whale Pulse. That's for sure. I'm not gonna miss this one.
Every person I talk to, that's what I hear.
So everybody's trying to position themselves. So that's why everybody's asking the questions, because we all know it's going to be a good play. Whether or not it's a short-term play or a long-term play, all that has to be determined. And, I don't know how decorrelated from crypto this is going to be, because, crypto could go either way right now. We've got either a second coming pump, or we've got a big freaking 70 to 90% dump. Who knows, what's going to happen in crypto. I don't think we're going to have a big dump. I think that you might see a 40% dump or something like that. Just my, opinion on what I see out there from what I've seen in the past. But if that happens, how is that going to affect HEX? Is it going to affect it in a positive or a negative? Now I say, okay, HEX is decorrelated. People are going to, in a bear market, want to get into something like HEX. But then again, I see when crypto just dumped recently, HEX, got drugged down with it too. Like, we saw a little action going down also when crypto. So it was like we were completely decorrelated. And I've seen it, because when the ETH pair was trading with it, I saw it move with that. So I don't know. There's a lot of questions still.
I mean, my main worry. Oh, you go ahead, John. John.
No, I was just going to point out, I think it's just, as long as you trust the process and trust in that Richard's going to design it with the pump of metals similar to what he did with the HEX launch, then, and he's had time to learn from that experience. I think it's going to be great. It's just a matter of DCAing it and getting a good entry if you can. But obviously, no one's going to know at this point how it's going to behave. But it seems like, based on the sentiment, there's going to be a lot of people rushing in the first day, or maybe first 2 days, 3 days.
And how many big players are getting ready to ape in too? How many of the big, ETH whales and other cryptos out there are going to want to ape into it too? There's a lot of crypto money out there right now. There's a lot of money in crypto that are probably looking at this going,
I mean, we've only seen a little tiny bit of the game theory already, and it's surprised the hell out of me, because my biggest concern or worry with Pulse's launch was, how is it going to affect HEX? How is it going to affect the price of HEX? Because I know that they're not linked, let's say, like they're two separate entities, two separate things, but all us Hexicans, I mean, we have a lot of HEX, and I was worried about us having to sell our HEX to get into Pulse. And then I hear this sacrifice stuff, this fucking brilliant shit that you don't have to sell anything. And that's just one of the game theory mechanisms. And it really caught me off guard, because that was my biggest worry, because I kept hearing everybody about how they wanted to get into Pulse, like ape in, like how we're all talking about. But he sees a problem, Richard, and he solves it. It's fucking unbelievable.
Yeah. And he learns, so he learned from everything. And I don't think that there was any mistakes to learn by in HEX, but I think there were some things that he thought that he might have been able to improve or make better or game even harder, You
can always tweak. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that's what's coming in. And with it being the fork of a chain, he has even more tools available to him to do so, because HEX is, kind of built to do one thing. And didn't have a whole lot of moving parts. This thing is fucking intricate. I mean, there's so many moving parts to it, so many different cryptos involved, so many different ways to get in and out and position yourself. I mean, there's a lot here. And, as we've all, gotten to learn who Richard is, we want to position ourselves like, okay, well, what's the freaking play going to be? What is he going to set out in front of us, and what's the play going to be?
Yeah, he said it's going to be never seen before features. So, I mean, that could just be the marketing side of him. That's pretty genius as far as getting people excited about it. I know the fee burning is going to be unique. and the speed of it is not, I guess, not unique. But
so let's talk about that a little bit.
Go
So the fee burning is going to be the X coin or the Pulse coin itself.
Pulse. 25% of each transaction will be burnt or something like that.
And Pulse is completely 100% deflationary.
It has no new supply minting, so there's no minting supply.
So
the AA is going to be it.
So that's it, and it's a burn coin. That trips me out.
Well, it's got to mint. No, well, it has to mint supply. To pay the validators and stuff, but it can mint it, I don't know, in a deflationary manner or something, because like you're burning the fees too, or whatever.
So a zero sum minting.
Yeah, kind of thing. Yeah, like
as the fees are burned, as fees are burned, that doesn't make any sense. I thought it was supposed to come out as a set supply. And it was, so that was, I saw 0% inflation. It was completely 100% deflationary. So that tells me
it's something I missed.
There's no more minted coins. That's it. Somebody can jump in the chat and say something other if I'm wrong, but that's how I understood it. And that just tells me if you're burning a coin that has, a finite amount, then where do you end up?
Okay, yeah, because the validators are paid from the fees of other people using it. So you don't have to mint a new coin.
No.
Okay. So, yeah, it could be, it's definitely going to be then deflationary then, because if there's no new minting, then it is deflationary because all those fees are paid to the validators.
So it's eventually, I mean, I know there's going to be a large supply. But I mean, eventually one day, I mean, I don't know how many hundreds or years or whatever it be, but it'll go to zero one day. There'll be one coin left, until somebody burns. I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah, I'm not sure how it's going to work, but that was my understanding too, RG, was it's zero inflation, 25% fee burning.
Yeah, you're right.
But some people in the chat are saying there's always going to be new coins. I'm not exactly sure how that's going to work.
I'm not sure.
We'll get
more
insight on Friday.
Yeah, this is something that hasn't been really discussed in great detail. He's talked a lot more about the X coin and the sacrificing and stuff like that. He's talking about, and X coin's only purpose is this beginning launch phase, so to speak. That's its only purpose that it suits.
This X, the X coin is just a placeholder.
Yeah.
So
it's a placeholder for Pulse. Yeah.
Yeah, just a launch coin. Let's see. How much of the supply by validators would be burned? You could model the trajectory of supply over 15 years.
But if there's no new coins coming in supply, then the rewards to be a validator would be very small then, right? Based on that logic. So it wouldn't be that profitable.
HEX just made a good point about don't forget about the staking in Pulse. And where is that going to come from? So maybe there is going to be some sort of supply that is minted.
And what about like a treasury? Is there going to be a treasury or an OA? Because how are we going to make sure that, the OA gets most of the coins or the validation rights?
And how is the OA going to act to Pulse? How is the ETH OA going to act to Pulse? What is it going to do?
ETH HEX OA? You're talking about like a new sort of Pulse OA?
ETH HEX OA. What is it going to do to game the system?
I mean, that's what I was thinking originally. I was thinking that the OA or whatever is going to defend the HEX brand to a T and make sure there's not two hexes. But that's not what after hearing more stuff from Richard and trying to read between the lines, so to speak, that's not what it sounds like is going to happen. There's going to be two hexes. There is going to be two hexes.
Yeah, there will be.
So, no, the two hexes that'll stay around even too, not like one that's going to go like the OA hex ETH is going to try and nuke that one and make sure everybody uses the Pulse one. I don't think it's going to happen. I think it's going to be more. It makes more sense, more than I think about it, to keep 2 hexes alive, because it's just more economic energy that we can use, more gains that we could have. So it makes way more sense to keep 2, and it's almost like 2 fuck yous to everybody in crypto too. Now we got 2 hexes, you assholes. You hated 1. Now we got 2.
Now you got twice the reason to hate it. Oh shit.
Yeah, well, I mean, it seems like the OA wouldn't do anything on the ETH side, on the ETH HEX side. Like, why would they change their tune now when everything is going so well and the whole contract is working great and the user participation has been better than expected? So I don't see them doing anything different. They just need to continue what they're doing and then allowing the long-term believers to get most of the inflation. I think that's just the net win for everyone.
Yeah, and some people will try and game the ETH HEX, and try to merge the end stake and maybe switch that over to Pulse. And I mean, I was thinking about doing it at one point too, but now I'm like, no, I can't. But it's more gains for everybody, because there are going to be people that are going to do the whole merge the end stake and try and switch. And if you're going to try and, I think the best thing to do is really just to sit on your hands and not try and game it, because you're going to try and game, you're going to get wrecked.
You guys know Diraj. It's just like Dr. Diraj. I just don't see him saying some of the shit that he says in chat, and 2 pitches for the price of 1.
Nagabo.
Yeah, Naga.
Oh man,
that's Nagabo.
That's a Naga quote.
He's full like Hex Maxi now.
He's hilarious.
Naga? Yeah, he's been doing some good stuff. Well, he always has great content.
It's so entertaining, but he just shits on XRP now and just like praises Hex.
He's been shitting on XRP for a long time.
He's been so fucked by XRP over the. He just wants to, as much as he can, shit on XRP. It's great.
Yeah.
And it's gone up in price, so it's like, I don't know why he's still shitting on it. It's actually done well
because he sold it.
Because he's really
sold for Hex. Fucking pissed.
The top.
Yeah, he probably sold a bunch of it. Now he's really fucking pissed. Oh, geez. Well, it is going to be extremely interesting to see how this all turns out, how the OA moves. We've still got a lot of time to set ourselves up and get ready for the game. So I mean, I've almost stayed away from listening to everybody talk. Well, I have stayed away from listening to it all. I try to read the Pulse Chain chat, and every day kind of go through everything and read it, but just nobody knows yet. It's still, there's a little bit that Richard has leaked out in his thought experiments. I guess we'll know more this Friday on this channel this Friday. Stay tuned. Richard Hart himself, and he may not even talk about it here, to be honest.
He may not. Yeah.
He may not. He may be doing his own stream maybe on Saturday, or he did say by the end of the month. And
no, he did say, he keeps saying we only got 3 days to brainstorm left.
Yeah.
Like, hurry up. If you got any ideas, throw them out there. But
I find it hard to believe though that he's like still, oh man. Okay.
It seems like a smokescreen to me. Like he probably has already everything planned. And then just like, let's just make it seem like these plebs have a say in the design of it.
Now, I wasn't involved in the Hex chat while the development. I mean, I was in there, but I didn't participate. I was in and out every once in a while, just kind of seeing what was going on. And then I didn't get into the chat room until really after launch, like in January. And but you were there, Scotty. I mean, is it the same kind of? Let's look back at that historically, and let's look back at this from a mental standpoint. Was he speaking the same way and saying the things that Hex actually came out to be, or did he pull the wool over everybody's eyes and launch something completely different?
No, that's what I said before at the beginning of the stream. I said this is exactly reminiscent of the months before Hex launched. I mean, is
it completely correlated to it? I mean, is it the same?
It's the same like stuff. I mean, he's genuinely reaching out. He's asking, "This is your time to contribute. or to give ideas, and let's come up with stuff as a community. That's what he's genuinely doing it, and he's getting. It's funny because he's getting the same kind of responses. Like he's not getting any responses sometimes. Like when he asked for HEX inflation rate, he's like, "What do you guys want to do?" And nothing. No one said anything because we all know that. I mean, this guy. Are we really going to be able to contribute? But he listens. He really does.
Yeah.
But like,
well, a lot of people are probably scared shitless to say anything to him for fear of him going, "You stupid fuck, that ain't gonna work." You know?
Yeah.
I mean,
much.
Legit. Yeah. Legit.
Yeah. No one wants to be the first person to raise their hand.
Yeah, because I try and contribute, and then John messaged me. He's going, "I think look, Richard just bitch slapped you right there." It's like,
yeah, well, I do that all the time.
I mean, I'm afraid to go in the. I'm part of the dev chat, but I'm just afraid to go in there just to watch. You know, I'm just like, okay, let's go in the dev chat, and then, okay, I'm just gonna watch, and then I see some of you guys get slapped down. I go, ooh, I'm getting out of there.
Yeah, but if you make a good suggestion or just an honest or like you're really trying, he's not gonna shit on you just for trying. But I love if you do mention like if you try and mention these other like really like shitty coins or projects, then he will call you a retard or he will call you out. Then. But if you're really just trying to contribute, I mean he's listening, he's reading it all. I don't know, this guy. I don't think he gets any sleep because he goes to these chats. Because I can't go through the chats. I mean I just sort through Richard. I go search and I search person Richard Hart. I just read whatever he types. I can't read the 800 missed messages. I don't have the time for all that shit.
Yeah, I go through it because I want to see what everybody's thought processes are, and then where Richard comes in and just trying to keep up because you guys have some brilliant fucking ideas, man. All you guys. I mean, just sitting in that dev chat and in the Pulse Chain chat, you guys are just some of the shit you guys come up with, and then talking to DC and Kinetics and Coffee and all these guys, man. Fuck, man. You guys are just this thing's gonna be good. It's gonna be good because you've got so many brilliant minds involved. And if he is listening to you guys and he's as brilliant as he's been, I mean, it's only gonna be good. It's only gonna be good because everybody in those chat rooms have been through the gamut, have been in crypto for a long time, have seen how things operate and move and work. I listen to like some of the guys like Kobe and Sun Tzu and some of the guys that are out there speaking with intelligence in the crypto space, and they're no smarter than hexicans. That's for damn sure. They aren't. None of those really smart influencers are any smarter than our guys. Our guys are freaking sharp, man, and they come up with some shit, and then Richard actually talks to them and puts that shit in play, and shit's really being done. I mean, I don't see the other founders out there talking to their devs and making shit happen like on the fly, like really out there developing and making things happen. Oh, okay, the test net's up, it's working, boom boom boom. I'll guarantee you, I will guarantee you that there are chains that are already trying to put like smart contracts on itself right now. And Richard will have already forked ETH, taken the whole system state, put it over there and running a second HEX before they get their whole smart contract deal done. I'll bet you anything he does that before they do. And that would be shameful. That would be shameful. And it would just prove once again that they're all resting on their laurels and, they don't give a shit about crypto and its advancement, to be honest. They're just all about pumping their damn bags because they're not doing anything for it. Literally, Richard saw a need and said, okay, we got to fill this need. Community come together. Mm-hmm. Let's do this. I can do it. I'm going to do it. Let's go. And here we are in the middle of it,
He's front running ETH 2.0. It's just like we can't just sit around and wait for them to maybe develop something in a couple years. It's just like we got to act now. We're paying $5 million a day in gas fees or something.
Yep.
Something ridiculous. So it's just all that money could be funneled into HEX on a feeless exchange, on a feeless network. That $5 million could be rerouted into buying pressure, or some of it could be So it makes sense, self-interest too, but also for freeing his people, like he said, he's freeing us all and giving out more free money again for like the seventh
and
or
this
eighth
might
time.
turn into it. This might turn into a
last 2
habit
years.
because it's like it's too easy. It's too easy to just give away free money, right? I mean, let's come out with something else and let's replace another bank product and come out with more free money for everybody.
I mean, it
was $20K in fees a day. Sorry, not 5 million.
20K times 356.
Still a lot of money.
That's a lot of freaking money. That's a lot of money. And if you've ever done that thing like that ETH, you can go to Etherscan and see it too, but it shows you how much ETH you've spent from your wallet and fees.
I don't look at that.
Don't look at it. It's
$7.3 million.
A year?
A year, $7.3 million. So instead
fees,
of paying
man.
Fees.
Fucking fees.
So if we could divert, let's say 25% of that into buying pressure and HEX instead of paying ETH miners, that's another 1.1 million, over $1 million of buy pressure. So that alone could help the HEX ecosystem and the price chart and the 10,000x aspirations that we all have.
Yeah, it's going to be so much quicker to pump with those fees being that low. I mean, people are going to be able to get in and just, I only have, $100 to put in. So you're going to get all the little guys are going to be able to come in and start moving their money around and start putting crypto, start staking HEX. And it's going to be so sweet. It's going to be so sweet because then you won't mind, helping people, get their money in, okay. So, I mean, what's it to send them a little to pay for fees? I mean, they actually probably won't need any. I mean, when we were with the Matic network and they gave you enough to make thousands of transactions. They gave you for free enough to make thousands of transactions.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good point. So I think that's what Richard's doing with the ETH airdrop. So since he's doing it 1-to-1, and if it's like roughly, he did some projections like that could mean 1 ETH is worth like $1.20 or something.
Mm-hmm.
So he didn't want to give too much of the supply to the ETH whales or to all the ETH holders. You don't want to give all the supply to them. You just want to give them enough that it entices them and maybe incentivizes them to use the network and not just dump. So I think he's taking a page out of that and making sure that the whales don't get a huge amount of the supply, the ETH whales.
Yep.
So that it's enough. It's game theoretically smart as opposed to what like the Bitcoin Cash thing. He always mentions the Bitcoin Cash gave it all to the Mt. Gox people. Like he's smarter than that, and that'll benefit Pulse price too by doing that like tiny fraction. Because Matic gave you what, like 1 cent or 10 cents worth, but it was 10,000 transactions. So if you do that for Pulse, the same thing can occur, where you're not giving them large sums of money yet, but they can transact as much as they want for free.
Yeah. So make traders out of everybody.
Yeah.
It's just so easy to swap when you're doing that. It's just, and
yeah,
then,
Matic is addicting. It's addicting because you're just like instant transaction blocks, boom, like 3 seconds or something.
And no fees. It was just,
and 0 fees. Yeah.
Gosh, never been so free to do anything. When it was over there, it was like crack. Me and Hexo were on the phone with each other, just going, I just swapped this for this and this for that, and back in, and it cost me nothing, Yeah,
they were doing, there was continuously, you should go down the list of like, on their, the quick swap or whatever, you could see the transactions were $5 swap, $10 swap, $30 swap. They're doing these just little tiny swaps, and you could do that in this network. So the people that want to buy, that's what's beautiful here too, is the people that want to buy just $50 worth of HEX or $100 worth of HEX, it's doable now. You can, with Pulse,
and stake
that's
it.
the idea,
and,
at least.
And stake it, most importantly.
And stake it, yeah.
and end stake. So you can have all. Now it won't matter. You have all these, small stakes out there or whatever, and you can,
Oh yeah. Or the 555 ones. Well, when they come mature, they won't cost you like $10,000 to unstake.
Yeah,
that's the huge thing too.
Yeah, and the whole the monthly ladder stuff comes into play again. you can maybe do a monthly ladder now again, because that's what I have. I have set up a monthly ladder for the next 15 years, and my plan is just worst case scenario, I would maybe sell some of the interest, but always keep my principal and restake that 15 years out every time. But even right now, I mean, I don't need the money, so I'm just restaking everything out for 15 years when it comes undone, my monthly ladder or whatever. But that's the beautiful thing, is that people could take $5,000 or $10,000 now, where on ETH HEX it's not doable, it's not feasible to do a monthly ladder. You'll get destroyed in gas costs. Where now on Pulse you could do a monthly ladder with $5,000-$10,000. You could if you want.
Yeah, so there's only going to be a small window of people that actually get hurt because of these fees, last couple months, and then up until, I think fees are getting a little bit better, but up until the next month or two before Pulse launches, there's going to be this like 5-month, 6-month window of people getting smaller stakes wrecked. And it sucks, but at least it's not going to last,
Yeah, and hopefully the share price will also ratchet up faster, because people can just do more frequent stakes, large frequent stakes, like for a day or two or a few days, and then maybe the share price will even go up faster.
Yeah, and talking about like share price and like HEX per T-share payout and stuff like that. I mean, it's a beautiful thing right now, because we were all pretty dead wrong about what the HEX per T-share payout would be. We thought it'd be like at, what is that? It's like 5.7. It's been at for like forever. Now we all thought it was gonna be like $10. I mean 10 or whatever by now, or 15.
Yeah, we thought it was gonna moon by now. Yeah,
moon. I know. So people have plenty of time still to get into HEX. That shit's not gonna start ratcheting up until like because people keep doing 10, 15 year stakes and throwing it out. So that won't ratchet until like probably 1, 2, 3, 4 years from now. You'll start seeing a nice ratchet in that HEX per T-share payout.
Yeah, we got to get all those Genesis shares out of the pool. That's basically what it is, right?
Yeah.
But a lot of those are our stakes. So
those are all of our stakes.
Yeah, those are our stakes.
Those are all our stakes. The Genesis shares are our
Thank
stakes.
God. If you go back, and I was like, thank God I did some of these like ridiculous stakes back in the day, even though they're smaller amounts or whatever, just for long. Because like look how much interest you're earning on these Genesis long-term stakes. Say like 60%, 70%. And if you have that for 15 years, that's just absurd. If you just like look at doubling your principal every year and a half, that's crazy.
Yeah,
that's just absurd.
It's going to be this. It's the same thing. We're going to look like another year or two back, and we're going to look like it's gone up again a lot. And people had their chances right now to still get into HEX and still stake out long.
Yeah, yeah. This whole ETH situation is definitely. Well, I won't say definitely. It's probably one of the big factors in why the share price hasn't risen, because a lot of those, there's the ROI is not being counted on stakes that bleed, right? Or does it?
I don't believe so. I think you have to end stake, and then it gets counted.
So if it's just bleeding, it's not contributing to that.
Yeah, but the thing was that the average, if you go back in the day, like during AA period times, and the average stake length was still like 3.8 to 4 years.
Yeah.
So we have to get to that point in order for it to really exponentially explode. We have to get to like the 3-year mark, whatever, for those stakes to start coming out.
Yeah, when they start coming out, the bigger ones start coming out.
Yeah, for the share price to really start exploding. So we got plenty of time still, even. Yeah.
So that was, all goes back to the big payday and what OA did. Since OA staked 90, or the total stake was 98%. A lot of the projections of the models showed the share price ratcheting up to like 25,000 HEX. But since the OA staked, it was only like 17,000 or just under 17,000. So like that's why people are still getting good returns now, and it's leveled the playing field even more for new guys. As opposed to if it ratcheted up to 25,000, we'd be getting such a better deal, more than double the better deal than the new guys now, as opposed to like a 50-60% share price increase.
It's a great point.
So I think that's factored in too.
All right, gentlemen. Well, we're on our 2 hours here, and I think we've run out of Pulse shit to talk about.
So when is Richard coming on? So we can make sure we catch that.
Yeah.
So so the effing hangout will be as of now it's a go. Richard's jumping on with the gals. They're gonna steal the ship here at 5:00 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So at 5 p.m. they're opening up. Richard's gonna come in and hang with them, and then we're planning on going on at 7. If that not be the case, we'll just let him hang with the gals, answer chats, and just stay on, and we'll just shut the Friday night hangout down and let him just do his thing and go from there. But maybe we'll be able to throw the link out there and bring some folks in or something. I know everybody's going to want to talk to him, but we're going to have to be real selective of that and bringing people up and depending upon if he sticks around or not and he wants to answer questions. I've never known Richard to want to cut things too short when it comes to streaming, that's for sure. So I'm sure he's going to be available and answering a lot of questions. So
maybe he'll jump on his own stream after.
He might do that too. He might
do like the voice chat thing like last time, because that worked well. Yeah,
that did work well. You know what? I was wanting to.
That was awesome.
To test it, I finally actually got in and. Let me see here. Anybody in the DS talk chat room, guys? Let's see. Let me. I'm going to fire up. Let's see. Anybody? I wanted to test this out real quick. I was going to end the show, but hold on. Let me see if this works because I forgot. I actually went in there and fixed all my audio settings. Any of you want to jump in the DS talk? A Telegram, that's t.me/DS talk. There we go. Let me see if I can unmute you. Identity block. COG's in there too.
My wife gives me permission. I'm off baby duty for that stream. She's wrote in the chat. Nice.
Okay, so everybody can hear me. Hey, identity block. Raise your hand or something. Let me see if I can get you to say something. Maybe it's not letting him. How about you, King? Can you raise your hand? Nope. And I've tried to. Oh, there we go. Oh, muted him. Now I unmuted him. Well. Nope. Don't know. Allow to speak. There we go. How about that? Hey, can you guys hear him?
No.
I don't hear anything, no.
Keep talking, man. Yeah, still fucking haven't gotten it right. God damn it. I went in there and thought I did the thing. All right. I think I know what I got to do now. It lets you go into OBS and
this audio shit's pretty hard because I was trying to get my stuff to work and I couldn't. So I was gonna throw in like a little boomer technology comment in there, but I can't get my shit to work.
Yeah. Fuck you guys and your boomer shit, man. It ain't that easy.
This shit's annoying. Yeah,
it is, and you gotta. It says okay. So you can run your feed through your OBS studio and get your audio feed. Oh shit! What's that? You can get your audio feed. You can get your audio feed in, but when I do get people talking, they can't hear them. So there's something else. I think I have to go in and actually pull the direct feed from Telegram into it. Richard did it, so he's got it figured out. So I got to figure it out too.
I mean, I have a mic.
You need to add an audio source in OBS. Yes, I did that. I did add Diraj. I did add an audio source, an audio source output, and that's what it says to do. And
I can't even get this stupid fucking mic to work. I have to use the mic on the webcam to work. I don't know how to do that.
So you probably can go into the settings right here where it says cam mic settings and go into your audio and switch that over because it's web based, because you're on if you're on Chrome, you have certain permissions that you have to allow certain audio devices, and then you have to come into StreamYard and actually switch over the devices too. So if you go to cam mic, you can go in there and switch your audio over.
Yeah, I got to play with it because I tried messing with it before, and then everything stopped working. I was like, okay, forget it.
Yeah, that's when you know it's like, God damn it, now I fucked everything up.
Exactly.
Right on. All right, guys. Hey, thanks for coming on. And I will see everybody on Friday. Don't forget, get yourself signed up for the Vegas Hangout. If you're coming to the Vegas meetup, get with Maddie Allen there on, it's the Vegas meetup, crypto. What's it called again? The chat room. Hexagon.Vegas. Is that, did you guys hear that? Did you hear somebody say Hexagon.Vegas? No?
No.
No.
No, I could still hear him, but no, that's Crypto King. He's talking to me, but no, you guys still can't hear him. Damn it. So yeah, Hexagon.Vegas and Telegram, and get yourself signed up, get your lanyard, your shirt, and all that kind of stuff, and get yourself registered for the Hexagon meetup. And don't forget, tomorrow morning, Kinetics will be. I'm sure he will be streaming with all of the Aussies and the guys from Europe and the White Wookiee. And they'll be talking Pulse Chain too, like we all are for the next until it comes out. I'm absolutely sure. And then Friday night, Discourse Syndicate Ladies of Hex are going to bring Richard on, and I am sure everybody is going to be there to listen to that. So, thanks everybody. We'll catch you guys on the next one. We'll see you on Friday.
See you guys. It was fun.